Fellow masters, wardens and clerks here tonight, thank you for sparing the time to attend, and I hope you'll leave here with a better understanding of what the spirit industry is capable of. Finally, to members of the spirit companies themselves, thank you for producing such excellent spirits, and the only thing is just keep at it. Thank you very much.
I'm from the International Wine and Spirit Competition, and whilst we're here, we thought it would be a lovely idea to hand out a few certificates for those winners that happen to be here this evening. So I would like, by the way, to say thank you very much to the Worshipful Company for allowing us to do this with them as a joint venture. It's very successful for us, as I'm sure it is for you too. We have just a few people here I've noted from the guest list. If we could have in-the-house distillers, a representative from in-the-house distillers, they have won a trophy with their hanky banister for the William Grant Independence Trophy, and it's for their 30-year-old. Also, Diageo, we have a representative for Diageo, I think Pat Roberts, I saw, who have won a trophy with their Kalila 12-year-old single malt, which you can taste at the back there. And this is the trophy for Scotch whisky under 15 years. Well done. And the last one is to William Grant and Sons. And this is for their Balvenie Portwood 21-year-old single malt Scotch whisky, and they've won the trophy for the over 15. I'm sure we have several representatives from William Grant.
I've never known them being shy of coming forward.
I've seen several of you. Come on, don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
They've gone.
This is the first time I've ever known a Grant go shy. Oh, come on, David. Come on, there we go.
Hey!
I've never known you to be shy of coming forward. Well done.
Thank you.
So, David, if you'd like to stay put, because you won something else as well.
Oh, right.
William Grant and Sons are also on the short list for the Distiller of the Year.
That's a short list.
That's a short
It's
list.
a pretty short bit of paper to me.
It's a nice certificate. You don't have Thank you very much. Do we have somebody here from White and Mackay? According to the list, there was somebody here from White and Mackay.
Yes, yes. Hello. Yeah.
Right. So White and Mackay are also on the short list for the Distiller of the Year. This is an extremely difficult thing to achieve. We have hundreds of people who have a very high standard, and it's all decided on statistics. So they have to really achieve a very high average mark to get to this point. So do give them a big round of applause. In the House Distillers, also on the short list for the Distiller. Come on, be generous. Give them a hand.
Good luck.
And Diageo are back again.
He's made a run. Oh, no, he's back again. No, don't worry. This is for the
It's a short list.
short list of Distiller of the Year.
Thank you very much.
And last but by no means least, Shivers Brothers are also on the short list for the Distiller of the Year. Do we have a representative for Shivers Brothers? If you want to know who has won from the shortlist. You need to come to the banquet on the 17th of November. Have a nice.
Good luck. Oh, sorry, I moved.
Thank you all very much. Enjoy the tasting. Lovely to have you here.
I'm here with Ian Miller, who's the Global Brand Ambassador for William Grant. Congratulations, you've been shortlisted for Distiller of the Year with a huge number of medals on tasting today. But are there any in particular releases you've got out that have won things which, are quite sort of special that you'd like to talk about?
I guess new kid on the block is a 40-year-old Balvenie, which is we're releasing 150 bottles this year. So it's the newest one. It's a newest release. There are other things in the pipeline, which obviously we can't discuss at this point in time.
And there are so many competitions out there for wine, spirits, everything. What is it about the IWSC that makes it useful for you to enter?
Not only useful, but valuable, extremely valuable, because the IWSC is probably one of only 2 global competitions where all of the people who work behind the scenes on the nosing and the tasting of the product actually come from the industry itself. So the IWSC is a competition that has real integrity, and it has a value to companies like ourselves, William Grant.
And are there particular skills that a spirits judge really needs that obviously the IWSC offers that makes it different from a wine tasting?
I guess if you're nosing whiskey, then you should have nosed a lot of whiskies in your time. You should be able to, express what it is you're smelling in tasting notes or nosing notes. And I generally have a good nose and also good taste buds as well. You can train people, but if you haven't got a good nose, you haven't got a good nose. And no matter how much training you do, you just can't get there. Most of the people that we have who work behind the scenes in IWSC are invited in from different distilleries or different whisky companies or spirits companies, and they are known to have had good noses, and that's why they're here. And that's why, again, this competition has so much value to whisky and spirits companies globally.
And there are all sorts of spirits here today, from sort of Calvados to some liqueurs and pisco and things, but whisky is such a huge established category. I mean, what value does a competition like the IWSC add for you guys who are already very well known out there?
We get additional exposure from it, obviously. We are obviously very aware of what's going on in the Calvados world, the cognac world as well, because as well as competing against each other for share of throat, we compete against the vodkas, the gins, the tequilas, you name it. We're all in competition. So it's important that the whisky gets its share of throat and its share of audience.
And I don't know how much of a chance you've had to taste around some of the competition here today, but what does the sort of array of whiskies and medal winners here tell you about the health of the spirits industry?
It's in very good health. We tried the Japanese Hakushu. We also tried the Eldorado Rum 15. I'm not really into gins and vodka so much. I kind of leave it to we also tried a refill cognac, which was superb. So there's a lot of good quality about there. People are improving their products because they know that through improvement they'll be able to sell more. So the competition's hotting up as the years go on.
Fantastic. Ian Miller, thank you very much. Well, I'm here with Francis Horder, who's the competition director for the IWSC. Great event today, just announced some of the distiller shortlists and medals. But any surprise winners or standouts here today?
Yeah, well, one in particular, the gin was won by Aldi. The gin is an enormous category. Can you imagine, for London Dry Gin there's masses of it, apart from all the other styles. And it's a brand new launch for them. Oliver Cromwell 1599. It's going to be a new launch for them in the next couple of weeks. So they're really chuffed to bits with the award, and we were really surprised that it came out top. It's a lovely gin.
And of course we've got everything from whiskies, which are hugely well established, through to gin, vodka, but even some spirits that people are maybe less well aware of. What is it about the IWSC that makes it, winning a medal here, useful, whatever bit of the spirits category you come from?
Because we're the best, that's why.
Silly question.
Because our tasting procedures are so precise and we have a very broad category for spirits, it attracts all the people that are trying to promote high quality. We've had some amazing results in some very strong categories, such as grappa, as you tasted earlier. Really nice products.
And what would you say to anyone who's maybe producing spirits, who's thinking about entering next year? Is there any information they ought to have or advice on the standard they've got to live up to?
Well, obviously the standard's pretty high, but if you think you're worth it, then come and join the competition. It's great fun.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.